Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into a story.
A story that takes us all the way to Milan,
Milan, Italy, to be exact.
in the heart of the 1970s, a time of,
Intense political upheaval.
Exactly. We're talking about Italy's years of lead, a period.
Yeah, a period marked by some serious violence.
From both the left and the right.
And we're focusing on one particular man caught in the middle of it all.
Gaetano Amoroso.
Right. His story, though, it's not just about politics, right?
No, it's about a young man, an activist, a life cut short.
And what's left behind? This plaque,
A plaque on Via Carlo Goldoni.
marking the spot where he was attacked.
And murdered in 1976.
So let's get into this. I mean, who was Gaetano Amoroso?
He was a student worker, very active in the communist movement.
Okay, so he was a communist.
He was deeply involved in...
Factory occupation.
Yes. And he was also an artist.
Interesting. So he was a communist, a worker, and an artist.
Yeah, he created these powerful murals, some of them.
Are they still around today?
Oh yeah, you can still see them in Milan.
Wow, that's incredible. What do they depict?
Well, one of them, the worker's struggle.
Uh-huh.
It really captured the harsh realities of factory life.
I see. So he was really using art as a form of protest.
Exactly.
So we've got this picture of him, this activist, this artist, and this factory worker.
And he wasn't afraid to challenge authority, even his own family.
What do you mean?
He even led a factory occupation at his father's workplace.
Wow, that must have caused some tension.
You can imagine.
Talk about taking a stand for your beliefs.
No kidding.
So how did he end up being murdered?
Well, as we mentioned, Italy was in the midst of the years of lead.
Right, this period of extreme political violence.
Exactly. And sadly, Amoroso became a victim of that violence.
But how? What exactly happened?
On April 27th, 1976, Amoroso and some friends were attacked by a neo-fascist group.
A neo-fascist group?
Yeah, they were on Via Carlo Goldoni.
That's where the plaque is.
Right. And during the attack,
He was stabbed.
multiple times.
Oh my God.
He died 3 days later.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was a huge shock to everyone.
And this was just one act of violence in a much larger conflict.
Yeah, it was. 2 days after Amoroso's murder, there was another attack.
Another attack.
Yeah, this time.
On who?
A neo-fascist politician, Enrico Pedinovi.
So it was like retaliation?
Exactly. Tit for tat. An eye for an eye.
And this was all typical of the years of lead.
Absolutely. The years of lead was a period defined by this kind of back-and-forth violence.
It sounds terrifying.
It was. There were bombings, kidnappings, assassinations, a lot of fear and uncertainty.
So where does this leave us with Gaetano Amoroso?
I think it raises some tough questions.
Where?
Was he just a victim of circumstance? Was he targeted for his beliefs?
Or was he simply in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Right. It's hard to separate his personal activism from the larger political climate.
I mean, it was a climate where violence was almost the norm.
It almost feels inevitable, doesn't it?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
So what can we learn from this? I think Amoroso's story is a reminder that these larger events, these historical moments, they have real impact on individual lives.
Real and often tragic consequences.
Exactly.
So for our listeners out there, I hope this deep dive has given you something to think about.
Yeah, it's not always easy to grapple with these complex issues.
But we can't forget the individuals caught in the crossfire,
The people like Gaetano Amoroso.
whose stories deserve to be told
Mm-hmm.
and remembered.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you next time.
Bye.